Jeffrey, tell us about RWS TrainAI.
So RWS is a translation company, but we've pivoted also into offering data services. Our company has expertise within language where we can help our customers as they're developing new AI products, AI features. They typically use English data to start off, and then they realize that their product could be helpful in other markets. So from that perspective, they need data in different languages. And so that's where we come. But it's not only translation, you can also do the data labeling, data annotation, verification. And the use cases are quite numerous, from summarization to providing just different information. It goes from large enterprise companies to also high tech. So varies quite significantly. The important part is they need to have an AI either agenda or initiative underway, because we don't actually do any development work. We really support from a data services perspective.
So we are providing our customers vendor agnostic and cloud agnostic generative AI platform, which they can introduce their generative AI tools by themselves within their infrastructure, and they can make use of them within our different modules, which are serving different purposes of business requirements. For example, we have SAP Code Assist module, so you can manage your all software development life cycle of SAP development within our SAP Code module.
Right.
So you can just prepare your function requirement document and populate technical requirement documents from that document. And then whenever you get the technical requirement document, you can just generate the ABAP code from the technical requirement document. And then next step is the test cases. So you can generate all the test cases also. And now we are working with the reverse engineering side. So one of our clients has existing codes which has no documents. So we are working on how to generate documents reversely from the existing codes.
So would it be fair to say that you guys are sort of low-code solution for SAP applications?
This is one of our
Based
modules.
on
Yeah,
features.
this is one of our modules.
Right.
Yeah, we have also safety AI module, which you can automate your AI governance for the full AI life cycle. We have lots of different modules that I mentioned that they are serving different business requirements.
All right. So now we at Vespa AI.
Yeah, so Vespa AI, we're basically a search engine. So anyone that has documents or products or whatever that they want to make searchable, either for internal use cases or for their customers, you can index that data into Vespa. We'll handle the search for you and provide the most relevant results very fast, and we can do it at infinite scale. We have many of our customers have billions of products or documents indexed in that.
That's amazing. Is it mostly enterprise level solution?
We can scale from 0 to infinity, and we are open source. So actually, a lot of students use Vespa because we have an open source Docker container, and you can use it in exactly the same way as if you have a billion documents. So we can handle everything. And if you do it small scale, you can use the open source version. If you need to have so much data that you need to spread out on multiple machines, then it becomes a hassle operating this cluster, handling failovers, backups, and so on. So then you can use Vespa Cloud if you're at that level, and we'll handle that for you.
I'm guessing that you also have on-premise deployments for especially big customers.
You have to be really big to get at that level. Yeah.
So Moomoo, it's an online investing platform. So we offer $0 commissions for stocks, ETFs, and equity options. We also have a whole bunch of different analysis tools, both on the technical and on the fundamental side. So if you're looking to get started into investing, feel free to check out Moomoo. And we have more information, more detailed information that you can find on our website about that. Right now, I'm at the stand of Glean, pretty famous company that is making some waves over here in the market. And we have Mark over here.
Glean is an enterprise search and AI solution. Think Google and ChatGPT, but for your company's knowledge. So you use Google to search the internet, find information, use ChatGPT that accesses public knowledge, right? Glean connects to your workspace applications, your Jiras, your Slacks, your email, your Salesforce. We have over 100 different data connectors that we put into our solution. So you can use a search engine and use a generative AI assistant to search across all your work information.
Thank you very much. What use cases are the most popular on your platform? How people are using that?
Yeah, definitely. I would say engineering and support are the two most popular use cases we see. But the really cool thing about Glean is not like another SaaS solution, which might be sold into one specific team and you only talk with that specific team. I'm a customer success manager and I find myself talking to end users of all different walks across a company. The reason being, like, everyone has this universal challenge of finding information. We all use Google, all workers use apps, and being able to find information across those apps is really helpful. Whether you're go-to-market, customer success, data science, engineering, I can name really any function at a company and they would have a use case for this.
A little bit of a broad question. How do you understand that the data that you're pulling is relevant, and is it relevant, and how people are reacting to that?
So Glean employs a knowledge graph, which is a back-end understanding of who I am as an individual, what team I work on, relevance across organization based on access. How many people are posting on this or clicking on it? Who owns that document? All of these, there's 80 different scoring mechanisms that are combined to give a personalized answer. So Mark on the customer success team might get a completely different search engine results page or a different AI chat answer because it knows that I have that background and context. Whereas Tim on the engineering team might have a different experience, and that's how we ensure things are relevant as well. Permissions also do carry over, so I'm not going to be seeing anything in Glean that I wouldn't see outside of Glean.
That's amazing. And in terms of the business and how it's going, I understand that you're targeting larger companies and up to the T-Mobile size or others. Is that your focus? You're staying with the mid-market enterprise kind of market?
Yeah, enterprise generally. We do work with some smaller organizations, but yeah, that mid-market enterprise level is definitely where we are. But we work with some really large global organizations down to Silicon Valley startups.
So would my startup benefit from solution like that? Would it make sense for me to sign up? I have 13 people in the team so far, but it gets to the point when we have a lot of information that we want to manage and address. Is that the use case?
Yeah, I would say 13 might be a little small just based on even at 13, you can see these problems start to exist, right? Like ton of information for 13 people, scale that up by 10. You can imagine how much that issue gets difficult with 100 people. I would say on that number of 100 is typically the size that we see, at least from a minimum threshold for Glean. But there are conversations. If you want to go to glean.com and check out our solution, we're happy to support your interest in generative AI for the enterprise.
All right. So now we're talking with Siva from the company called Supervity.
Supervity AI is a generative AI-based automation platform. So we actually build AI agents for enterprises, and the best part about our platform is we are a completely no-code or English as code agentic AI platform. And what that means is you can explain a workflow or you can explain a problem statement in plain English, and our platform actually builds that out and executes the code internally. So that actually helps the business users kind of automate their own work using our platform. And we have all the compliances like SOC 2 Type 2 and HIPAA, so we can work with organizations like healthcare and finance to automate their use cases as well. So most of the successful use cases are in AI, especially are on back office. So anything that has to do with unstructured data is was traditionally not able to be automated because of the complexity of the data. And now with generative AI, I can read a lot of that unstructured data and understand. And once I understand the data, there is a lot of automation that I can do with that data. So we are capturing a lot of those use cases now, either auditing, reconciliation, contracts. So much of that in every field, right? We work with insurances, we work with pharma and healthcare. So all of them have legacy systems with a lot of unstructured data, and we help automate all of that.
This is fascinating. So basically, they come to you with a problem, and you are building a solution for them in the form of an agent, and then deploying the solution to their systems for them to use every day.
We have like a set of pre-built AI agents as well. So based on the industry, we kind of like see if any of those AI agents are like ready to implement for the customer. But if they have a unique use case which is very specific to the organization, then we take that and we help them build that AI agent separately.
So we are a data catalog and data governance solution. So what we do is we connect to your disparate data sources from your data lakes, data warehouses, ETL, and BI tools, and we consolidate all the metadata into one central repository. That is the data catalog. And from there, we have several use cases that build off of that, including data lineage, data quality, business glossaries. And ultimately, our goal is to help bring transparency to your data and help you organize it and prepare it for AI readiness, making sure your data is transparent, easy to use, and of good, clean quality before you put it into your AI. So we've had a tremendous success story with one of our own personal homegrown AI tools as well. Our AI classification engine, we had a company who was able to identify, classify, and protect all of their sensitive data enterprise-wide in a matter of 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, through the use of our AI classification engine. Other great success stories, we've had a large healthcare organization who had a mess of reports who they weren't defining them properly, and people were confused about certain KPIs and metrics that were inconsistent across the board. And so our business glossary solved that problem because we were able to get a team of knowledgeable experts on that KPI and create and normalize a definition and identify where that term is actually present across the data ecosystem. And in doing so, they were able to get in contact with the respective owners and stewards of those data assets and normalize that definition and create that kind of transparency and also create that kind of consistency across the board. And it's not just large enterprises either. We support small businesses all the way up to large global enterprise. As long as they got data, you're going to need data governance at some point.
Hi, so we're DeepGram. Our product is Voice AI. So we're a voice AI company that produces three main things. Number one, a text-to-speech API, so an AI voice. A speech-to-text API, that's AI ears. And a conversational voice AI agent. That's like a chatbot that you can talk to. Now, we're everywhere. You'll see us, for example, in a bunch of drive-thrus like Jack in the Box. If you're ordering with a bot, that's us. Likewise, Spotify. You know the subtitles that you see down there? That's also generated by us. Other companies like NASA use us for space-to-earth communication, Citibank, Auth0, JP Morgan, and so on and so forth. So we're all over the place. The thing that makes us stand out, and the reason why all these different companies use us as opposed to other alternatives is, well, one, we're way cheaper. That was easy for us to accomplish. Why? We just waited for everyone else to announce their prices first, and then we announced ours next. Second, we're faster. We've been working on these models since around 2017. Everything is done in-house, and we have no dependencies. We're not wrapped around anything. The only thing we depend on is PyTorch for some, algebra and linear algebra math. That's for efficiency's sake. As a result, we're faster. Finally, we are way more accurate than other alternatives. You go to deepgram.com, we have examples for the numbers. We've done some benchmarks against RWS, against Google SET, against OpenAI's Whisper, and the results we found is that we make fewer errors for every 100 words that are transcribed. Again, we are cheaper, and then we are faster. So that's what makes us stand out, and that's why all these companies trust us with our product.
Jose, that's amazing. Thank you very much. One question though. Is it your homegrown LLM or you're using something else?
Yeah, so there's actually 3 LLMs that are in use. The first LLM is what transcribes the voice so that the vibrations in the air that you can see like wavelengths and spectrograms, those waveforms, converting those waveforms into text is non-trivial. And that's our own large language model. That's a transcription large language model that's built in-house, and that's us. That's patented, that's proprietary, so it's not open source. And even the way we collect our data for that is unique to us. So everything there, that's in-house. The LLM brain, that could be anything you want. That could be GPT, that could be Llama. That's not us. You can put whatever you want in there. If you have a large language model you built in-house, trained on your data, trained on your data's bases, whatever you want to do, that is all up to you, and that could be anything you want. We don't do that. That's the brain. It can be whatever brain you want. The last part is an LLM for text-to-speech. Again, it's the inverse of the AI ears, converting text into those waveforms. Again, that's non-trivial, and again, that's AI, and that is also built in-house. We have 10 voices. We don't voice clone yet. Who knows? That might be in the future. But we have 10 different voices available for you in various accents, both male and female, and so on and so forth. So what you've seen so far, maybe with GPT-4o, is like a sort of a voice bot assistant. The way that we stand out from that is, one, we offer a larger variety of voices. Two, we'll understand you a little better than the default package that OpenAI gives you or any other people give you. You can experience it for yourself.
And we're talking about company's Shelf. So what is it? What does it do?
What Shelf does is we help prevent poor data from becoming bad generative AI answers. And we do that in 2 ways. One, We plug into the data where it's stored via API and identify gaps and opportunities within that content across 22 different data metrics, including contradictions, outdated, past dated information, among many others, to help surface some of the most critical issues that are known to lead to hallucinations downstream. The second piece is we plug into the conversations also via API that your RAG implementation or Copilot is having with customers or internal users, and identify what content is being used in those conversations to surface where opportunities or hallucinations are occurring. And with that, we're able to connect those dots. So on one end, we have this preventative measure where we're identifying the problems within the data, as well as being reactive in how can we prioritize correcting that data based on how people are surfacing information. So Shelf, we have clients that range from all different industries, from insurance to finance to retail. A lot of their use cases are on optimizing their content to be AI ready. In many cases, we have, call centers or CX users that are using this to optimize that content to shorten the distance between questions and answers, implement external facing chatbots or internal co-pilots as well. So it's not specifically customer service, but that's just one of a couple examples that I could pull to you here.
So do you work with startups of our size, say like 10, 13 people, early revenue, that kind of stuff?
Certainly, we work with companies of all sizes. So really our goal is just to make sure that content is optimized regardless of the size of the company itself.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Lightning AI is taking an end-to-end approach to the MLOps pipeline. So a lot of our customers, they approach us and have this problem where their most valuable employees, the PhDs or ML AI experts in the organization, are wasting time and company money managing integrations, managing this suite of technologies, maybe like a Snowflake or Databricks for ETL, and then a Colab or SageMaker for the development environment, and then an experimentation framework, an observability framework, and then finally like a Bedrock for deployment. And what you have is, these technologies that don't natively integrate. And there's not a need for the enterprise advanced features in most of these niches, right? Maybe if you're very data intensive as an organization, you need that ETL that Snowflake or Databricks provides, but the rest of it, you just waste those companies because you didn't have another option, or it's what was available to you 3 or 5 years ago when you set your pipeline up. Lightning Studios takes a Pareto principle or 80-20 approach to the MLOps pipeline. And so we offer all those steps, the ETL, the cloud-based dev environments, the shareability, reproducibility, experimentation, observability, and deployment within our platform. And if you do need that advanced functionality that another product provides you, you bring it, we integrate. And if we don't integrate, then we build integration. So that's a little bit about our approach to the market. And if you are somebody who actually is very much a researcher and you are building your own models, doing your own trainings, we have a variety of open source libraries that we support as well.
Yeah, they're pretty famous.
Absolutely.
So at Meibel, we target builders, product and engineering teams looking to build generative AI experiences. And why they use Meibel is they get production ready AI out of the box, which means you can connect your data sources, you can use any LLM, and you can start creating experiences that give you measurement and a confidence score with every single turn that you get out of your AI system. You can build any experience. And every time you use the AI out of our platform, you get a confidence score that tells you how certain that answer is based on the parameters you set for that experience. We have both a console experience where you can come in and build through the console. Many of our customers use that to then just generate the APIs that they need to start working with the platform in a programmatic way.
Do I understand correctly that basically your competitors is someone like Crew AI, I guess? Maybe some tools like make.com that also allow some mapping between various LLMs and stuff.
Some of the tools operate more at an LLM level. We sit with every single turn in production at a confidence score level, so we differentiate a little bit there. The middle part of our infrastructure is a little bit like an Amazon Bedrock, but we provide a very opinionated stack on how to run in production and how to make each turn of the AI better. So we believe we go a step further than a lot of the tools that you mentioned.